and welcome to Bell Family Company's sitter roster. We are so excited to have you here. As a Bell Family sitter in New York City for the past 8 years, I can attest that working with Bell Family can be anything you want it to be. With their organization of all the bookings, it takes all the stress out of finding childcare work for you as the sitter, and you can just enjoy working with children and making that extra income. Today, I'll walk you through the process of getting started as a Bell Family sitter.
How to access your BFC profile. As a BFC sitter, your profile is your command center for all information like bookings, payments, etc. To access your profile, simply visit bellfamilycompany.com and enter in your email address and password to log in. What can your Bell Family profile do for you? Well, as the command center, once you're in that profile, you can see your bookings, the dates, the times, the family's addresses, family's info, etc. You can check out of your bookings and you can view your payments. To specifically view your payments, once you're in your Bell Family profile, click Update Application and then click the Payment Setup tab. How to get booked. BFC operates off of a big email chain sending out all of our sitter jobs to all of our New York City sitters. When you see a job that you can do, simply reply to the email saying, "I can do this." We will get back to you if you have been matched as the family sitter. Due to the amount of emails our bookings team receives, we cannot let everyone know who didn't get booked. Generally, if you don't hear within an hour or so from us, assume that someone else was booked. BFC's booking team puts a great deal of energy into matchmaking sitters and families up. Factors that may go into matching yourself with a family are neighborhood. We like to keep sitters' commutes within an hour of the family's home. Experience with that age group. Any sitter booked for a family should have prior experience listed on their resume for the ages of kids in that family. And finally, family regulars. If you're a regular with a family, you will receive priority booking. Once you are booked with a family, you will receive a confirmation email and a calendar booking on your Bell Family profile calendar. The next step is to immediately text the family with a kind introduction of yourself, confirming the booking details. In this text introducing yourself to the family, you should confirm the date of the booking, the time of the booking, and the place of the booking. An example of this kind of text would be, "Hi, my name's Neely Scott with Bell Family Company, and I will be your sitter on Friday, December 15th at 4 p.m. I will see you at 123 Apple Street, apartment 8C. Please let me know if anything changes or if you feel there's anything I should know ahead of time. Looking forward to meeting you and your family." Confirming these details helps ensure that you show up at the right place at the right time. Working the gig. Bell Family sitters always arrive early. General rule of thumb is 5 minutes early is on time. Always be sure to plan ahead, know where you're going and how long it will take. Refer to Google Maps to figure out how long your commute takes and if there are any train delays or if you're traveling by car, any traffic. When you arrive, always take off your shoes by the door and then ask where the bathroom is to wash your hands. After you've washed your hands and removed your shoes, feel free to greet the parent and child with a warm smile and a clear pronunciation of your name. When the family is giving you instructions on the booking and their children and how their house operates, be sure to take notes so that the family knows you're paying attention and going to retain the information. Always use safe practices, both at home and around the city. For more information, you can visit Bell Family Company's YouTube page for videos on city safety and sitter at home etiquette. BFC sitter rates are fixed at a market minimum. Rates vary by location, so please visit bellfamilycompany.com and view our sitter rate book. Never pick up a sitter gig if you are not okay with the rates of your city. Cancellation policy. We do understand that things come up, so at least 24 hours notice is a courteous time frame to give us to be able to replace you. If you do need to cancel for any reason, email info@bellfamilycompany.com immediately to let us know that you need to cancel. With any cancellation, we do take note of how often someone cancels, and this could affect our view of how reliable you are for future appointments. So please only take appointments that you know you can keep so that you gain a reputation of being a reliable, dependable sitter. Last minute cancellations. We do have a zero tolerance policy for no-shows, and we prefer that you don't cancel at the last minute. We consider last minute cancellations to be 4 hours or less before the appointment starts. Any last minute cancellation of 4 hours or less could result in removal from our company. The reason for this is that families rely on BFC for dependable childcare. If a babysitter cancels at the last minute, it turns the family's day upside down and creates chaos for our team. After the gig, you will need to check out of each sitter appointment to get paid for your sitting work. You can do this via the confirmation email that you will be sent at the end of the gig with a link to check out, or you can always see this link below your calendar page on your BFC homepage. In the checkout, you'll need to confirm the start time, the end time, the number of kids, and add any expenses. If the number of kids that you cared for fluctuated throughout the booking, you will need to separate the booking into two different time frames in your checkout. This will look like selecting the start time and then the end time of when one amount of kids was there, and then clicking add additional time entry and creating a second time frame for when the different amount of kids was there. An example of when you would need to separate the booking into two different time frames for two different amount of kids is, say you get there and there's one kid there, you're hanging out, you're helping them with their homework. Then a parent brings a second kid home and you're responsible for both of those kids until the end of the booking. This is when you would separate the checkout into two different time frames for two different amount of kids. Pet care. Only check out for a pet if a parent specifically asked you to feed a pet, walk a pet, or care for a pet of any kind. You do not need to add the number of pets that are simply in the home or that you hung out with on the couch. However, if you were explicitly asked by the parent to carry out pet duties, please check out for the number of pets that you did those duties for, and you will be paid $20 per pet. The final step of checkout is adding any expenses you might have incurred during the booking. You can add any expenses that you need reimbursement for via the scroll down menu titled Expenses. The food section can be used to gain reimbursement for any money you might have spent on food for the kids and or yourself that was pre-approved by a parent. Never bill for your Uber Eats dinner after the kids went to bed unless the family specifically said, please order yourself something and we'll reimburse you. You can use the transportation section to reimburse yourself for any money spent on cabs, trains, buses when taking the kid to or from somewhere. If a family says that they'd like to tip you and to put it on your checkout, the miscellaneous section is where you would do that. New York City sitters are entitled to up to $30 of a safe ride home when leaving a booking after 9 p.m. or arriving to a booking before 7 a.m. You can check out for your safe ride in the transportation section of the drop down menu. You should only ever add up to $30 in this section unless the family specifically says, hey, I know you live in the Heights and that's probably more than $30. We're going to pay for the whole thing. Non New York City sitters are responsible for their own transportation costs home. BFC has a 3-hour booking minimum. If you ever work a booking and it lasts less than 3 hours, still check out for a 3-hour duration. When you have completed all these steps, click Checkout. You will then receive an email confirming that you've checked out successfully with a recap of the information. If you need to edit anything, you can always just go back to your profile page and click Update Checkout anytime up until the family authorizes payment. Getting paid. All payments are processed through Stripe for Bell Family Company sitter jobs. Families have 72 hours to authorize payment on their end and receive reminders every 24 hours. Families can only pay after you check out, so check out right after your booking to not delay your own payment. Once a family has paid, the money will go straight into your bank account at the rate your individual bank processes Stripe payments. We find this is usually 1 to 3 business days. You can see when a family has paid by visiting your BFC profile and clicking Update Application and then Payment Setup tab. There, you will be able to see all your gigs and payments. You'll see the job ID, the date you worked the job, the amount you earned, and the date the family authorized payment. For more information on this, you can visit Bell Family Company's YouTube page and watch our Stripe orientation video.
And that's it. You're all good to be a Bell family babysitter. We are so excited for you to get started and so grateful that you've joined our roster.